Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these, absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup. Dominic.
Oh, the Holy Week has come to a close. And it was quite a holy weekend for me. I had a Passover Seder on Saturday and then a disastrous Easter egg hunt on Sunday. Ran the gamut, really, this weekend. Ran the gamut.
I was working, so I only read some of the text messages about Easter. Would you like to talk about it here, or?
Oh, yeah, well, we went to a Seder. My cousin Michael married a Jewish woman. She's the only Jewish person in our family. And she threw a Seder, and it was our family's first Seder. And it was a masterpiece. We had so much fun. To say that it was progressive would be an understatement. Like, rather than Jewish songs, we sang Irish songs because that side of my family is Irish.
Okay, it makes absolutely no sense, but copy that.
It was, there just came a moment where we were supposed to do and we just, because the baby in the family knew the Irish song and we wanted him to participate, that's what we did. It was magical. I played a role. You know, if you've ever been to a Seder, there are like 4 roles during the speaking portion before you eat. And I played the wicked child. Obviously, my family assigned me this role.
Yeah, you were voted 100% of the vote.
I had a whole backstory. The wicked child was gay, a former prostitute. It was a whole, it was a great,
Dominic, life.
I gave it a whole origin story.
Art imitates life, or what is it? Yeah,
or a current prostitute, really, a current elderly prostitute who makes no money from it. It was great. And then on Sunday, as I documented on the old Instagram, my mother hid eggs for 55-year-old me, and she very proudly wrote down where she hid all the eggs because every year she forgets one. And I don't understand how this is possible. She wrote them down and still didn't know where one of them was. One of the locations was incorrect.
Wait, she did this for you? This isn't like all the young cousins are coming over for it?
No. This, on Easter, it's just my parents and I. And so this has been going on forever. Now, to say she does this for me, we're going to put that in quotes.
Sure.
I think that the enjoyment really we all have a good time, but I don't email a special request for this to happen. And she hid them all. My parents have lived in this house for like almost 30 years. And so I know where all the hiding spots are. But when she wrote down, there's one behind the doll cabinet and there wasn't one there, all hell broke loose. But there's still the mystery of why she wrote it down when there wasn't one there. I don't know. Maybe she has 2 personalities. I have no idea.
Dominic.
P.S. It was in the oven. The egg that she thought was behind the doll cabinet was in the oven.
Well, she was going to find it eventually.
The moment she turned the oven on to preheat it, the whole house would have smelled like fucking farts, I suppose.
Were these real eggs?
Always, yes.
Oh,
always.
My. Oh, that's scary. To hide a real egg somewhere, not
it's
a little
happened
plastic
before.
one?
In years past, it's happened where we find it weeks later because there's a skunk in the house and we have to find where it is.
Because it feels like there's like someone died.
The funniest part is, like I said, do you know where all the eggs are? And she very proudly and arrogantly said, yes, I wrote them all down. I have this list. And I said, were you sober when you hid them? And she was like, well, I can't claim that. It's like, well, there you go. Mystery solved-ish.
The door has been opened as to why your mother is hiding eggs for a 55-year-old man, only child. By the way, that's the biggest headline of the story that we haven't said yet. And I'm just going to close that door and not even walk through it because I don't even know if I can begin to have that conversation.
I'll tell you the engagement I got from people, including listeners of this podcast, who were
I'm
like,
sure.
"Oh, we're older than your parents and our kids are older than you, and we still do this every year." It's like,
oh my God. Wow. Wow.
I am not the oldest person to be looking for Easter eggs with elderly parents. I found out from Al Gore's internet this weekend. It was pretty astonishing.
That's like, well, my mom texted me not that long ago and was like, "Do you want your Easter basket?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Give it to my new niece that's going to need an Easter basket, not me. Like, me, a 35-year-old adult man, does not need an Easter basket."
And did she? Did she give it to your niece?
Yes.
That's lovely. Well, did you and your sister each have separate Easter baskets, or were you? Well,
no, we had separate.
Well, this was the first year that my mother did not do an Easter basket. The very first year in more than 50 years.
Now this I'm upset about. That now I'm upset. You know what I mean? Because I love an Easter basket. I might have to just go to CVS and just get some chocolate bunnies. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're going to be picked. They will have been picked through at this point.
Sure. I'm fine. I'll take the scraps.
Do you know why my mother didn't do an Easter basket?
Why?
Because I'm like 50 days from the nude beach and I won't eat chocolate this close to the summer. End of story. Like there was no way. It was just going to sit there and rot. So I couldn't do it.
I know, but I love it. I do love remember the grass, the like plastic shredded, plastic bottle grass. Oh, I do miss it.
My mother has bags of it in her attic. She still uses and reuses it every year.
When Hassan and I first started dating, I like dyed eggs with him and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" He was like, "This is like lunacy. Like, what is the point of this?" I was like, "There is no point. It's just to have fun."
Easter's one of those holidays where like there's like this niche group of people that goes all out. Even like Greg and Sada Arcades are some of our premium listeners and Photoshoppers, award winners, I might add. They had written us this weekend that they too were dyeing eggs. But my mother uses paws with like the bent wire, like very, 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 very basic.
Yes.
But like the Arcades, they sent us photos of each egg looks like a kaleidoscope. Like each egg is like a Fabergé egg.
That tracks for me. That tracks. Of course, this is what they do.
Because they're very creative, artistic.
No, but paws, I'm missing paws. I might have to, next year, I might have to do a little something because I've been missing it.
Where, you poke the holes out in the box and you let the eggs dry in the box.
Yes, and put a paper towel underneath it.
Also, the Easter parade in New York, like these Easter bonnets, these are creations that people work on for months. I mean, and they are truly like ballroom level insanity. Like it was absolutely great. And have you ever been to the Easter parade in New York? Maybe I'll go next year. We should have a Fixing Famous People bonnet contest.
We can dye eggs and then we'll bring them. We'll do a video where we dye eggs together, the three of us, and then we'll go to the Easter parade and try to show them to people, and people will be like, "These are ugly."
Well, my parents will have to come too because my mother would not. I don't know what specifically my mother would do if I spent Easter without her.
Yeah.
She'd hide eggs around New York City and ask me to find them.
Yeah.
She'd probably write on the list that one was in Prospect Park and it would actually be in the Statue of Liberty's torch. She wouldn't know. Well, speaking of mothers and sons, this brings us to what could be the most important story of the year, is that Sean Preston Federline, the son of one Brittany Jean Spears, has changed his name to Sean P. Spears. Hallelujah.
No, truly. Like,
that's it. Will Jaden James be far behind? Will Jaden be far behind? Who knows? But he has dropped the Federline, and this is only good. As Rabbi Dr. Rebecca Bregman says, he's pulled a Jolie. He has pulled a Jolie. They've dropped the pit.
The first domino to fall on this fucking piece of shit Kevin Federline, period. Like, this is big. Huge, big. Huge.
Well, here's the second domino, because then not 48 hours after we find this, Diane Warren, who we have spoken about so much on the podcast this year, and about whom Christopher and I have done what I consider to be a hilarious Patreon episode where we analyze all 17 times that Diane Warren has lost an Academy Award. Diane Warren posts a photo poolside of her, Britney Spears, her manager, I think, Cade, and Molly Shannon. So everyone is in beside themselves at this point. Like, will we be getting a Diane Warren, a Britney Spears tune written by Diane Warren? Wouldn't that be great if that's the tune that wins Diane Warren an Oscar?
Yes.
If Britney does like a movie tune, like, whew.
Seeing them together. Like, for real, that's big. Because if they're together and they're going to like make a song, or do you think she's hooking up? Is Preston the one that wants to sing or be a musician?
I think so.
This is it. Because this is the point. He's changing his name to Spears, which we joked about, by the way. Mm-hmm. We were like, is he going to be?
Sure.
He's just going to be Preston Spears or whatever we said.
Mm-hmm.
She's lining it up with Diane Warren. Diane Warren's going to write a song for the Sun. They're going to be in the studio. Molly Shannon's going to be there because she wants to, which I'm fine with. It can be a song written for, what is her name? Mary Catherine Gallagher. And then
this is really for Superstar 2. Yeah.
Yeah, for Superstar 2. And then that's where we have Britney in a music studio being like, I could get in the booth. You know what I mean? Like, she's just like, why not?
Sure. Here's my only problem with this photo is that Diane Warren and Britney Spears are both giving the finger in the photo. And I have to tell you, I fucking hate when people give the middle finger in a photo. I think it ruins the photo. I think it is. I roll my eyes every time I see it. I think it's so stupid.
Sure.
I'm like, fuck me? No, fuck you, Diane Warren. You lost the Oscar 17 times. Here's my finger.
But Dominic, we know who the finger's really for.
Who?
And it's not us.
The Academy.
Her whole family. Hello.
Ghislaine. I thought you were speaking about Diane Warren. No, Britney Spears could be giving the finger to anybody. Later this week, Britney was caught at a gas station smoking, by the way. We'll just leave that right there. Because I know from the you really would be okay if she went on a killing spree at this point.
For real.
Like, only if one of the people she killed was Celine Dion would you be moved by her actions.
Correct. You're right. This is big. This stuff's happening. Stuff is happening. Because why is she with Diane Warren if it's not to make music? She has to be with Diane Warren. She called her up and was like, Diane, you want to win an Oscar? Let's fucking do it. Let's do it right now. Motherfucking
Maybe they're in a book club.
Honestly, that would make sense. That would make sense why Molly Shannon's there too.
I'm not going to make a joke about whether or not Britney Spears can read because I don't want torches outside my house. Oh, we just did a whole Britney segment without saying, hi, y'all. Or I guess, bye, y'all, because we have to move on. Jen Shah has, I'm going to say it, she's broken her silence. One of our favorite,
kill me,
most
hit me with a car.
Broken her silence, or more simply said, spoken. Jen Shah has spoken about her time in prison. Give her another 7 years. She didn't learn anything. One of these half-assed, I know I did wrong and blah, 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 and I never meant to hurt anybody, blah, blah, blah.
What's the point? What's the point?
Why even talk to her? Who cares?
No.
Go away.
But I will say, this is at least, she is breaking her silence. Like, she did get out and she didn't run to TMZ. Like, she got out like a couple months ago and hasn't done anything in the news.
And waited for the best deal. Right.
I will say
that money.
As far as breaking her silence, she actually did break her silence. Whereas, like, you know what I mean? Someone, like, something happens to someone and then it's like that day they're like, this happened to me. That's not breaking your silence. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the interview itself was akin to breaking wind for me because it was 36 minutes long on people.com. And the only time she got emotional was when she talked about getting to the jail and realizing I have to, this can't be it. This can't be my home. Everyone says it's like Club Fed. You have no idea, blah, blah, blah. The only other interesting thing other than Jen Shah, basically, who looks like Nicole Scherzinger on an episode of Botched. Like, that's all I kept thinking when I was watching this, is that she was in the same prison as Jizzy Maxwell. Why do I always ask every week if it's Maxwell or Matthews? Because I really don't know.
I don't know.
Jizzy was in there with her, and Jen Shah said that Jiz has no remorse for the Epstein victims.
See, like, that's what we want. You know what I mean? Like,
I
come
was
out,
grateful
break
for
your
that.
silence on that. Yeah, but that's like, she could spin this, but she's not doing it. You know what I mean? Spin this into, I heard everything. And like Theranos, my girl Lizzie, like, let me tell you about her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could come out and be dishing. And but instead she's like miscontrite. Is she even contrite?
She's contrite enough that she thinks she's going to get back to work, but it's just not going to happen.
No, it's not.
No.
But Ghislaine has no remorse at all.
Not for the victims. And,
Of
it's
course.
such a complicated, I feel like it's so complicated because it's like, well, then fuck you, stay in jail. You know what I mean? Like, then I have even less sympathy for you than I did before, because there is something to why is only a single woman in jail facing time for the Epstein crimes and none of the people who did the abuse. But then when you hear she's got no sympathy.
No, but she also did it.
Of course she did. Of course she did. But when then leave her in.
But it's like,
there.
why is she the scapegoat whereas like everyone else? Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. She's not blameless. I mean, she's not an innocent woman in jail, but it is striking that only one adult woman is in jail when all of these adult elderly men who did this are just, like poor Prince Andrew has to leave a big castle and go to a smaller one. Like that's the extent of the punishment that's happened so far.
Yeah.
Well, since we're in Utah, why don't we say her Taylor Frankie Paul, the disgraced bachelorette, has detached herself from the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church has released a statement that said, later, cunt, like who gives a fuck at all? Of course. It doesn't matter. You could be the Church of Satan. No one wants anything to do with you, Taylor Frankie Paul. Like you are not to be the spokesperson for any religion. Go away. We have you on video throwing a stool and it hits your baby. Leave society. Leave and do not fucking come back.
And also, don't say anything right now. Say nothing. Like,
She's
go
not
away.
the one.
Don't let us, like, it's so bad. It's just so
she's
bad.
Going on vacations and all. She's a Trump era celebrity where it's like, I've done something wrong. I'm not only going to lean into this, I'm going to sit on it and crush it until there's no air left in it. She is
no air.
Why I thought Jordan Sparks was in the room. I looked around my house.
I don't know why I did that, but it was just too easy. Anyway, you are 1,000,000,000% right. And it's like, oh, I'm incendiary now. Watch this. And then she's like, yeah. I mean, what a fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I think it's been a few years since someone has come forward who I really felt was this abhorrently despicable, and she's it.
No, it's hard. It's hard.
We're 6 months away from here's the list of mental conditions and blah blah. Nah.
Yeah,
no,
she's the Kanye West of it all. Yeah, she's going to be like, here's how bipolar I am. Isn't it wild? That
sure. And it's like
my other personality was there whenever I threw that stool. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and if that's the case, and for people who have that, give grace, obviously. But if she had that, I promise you that the producers of Mormon Wives would have figured it out already. They should have run all these psych tests before they even put her on television. Still no word on who's getting fired at ABC, Disney, or Hulu for allowing her to just slide into The Bachelorette without giving her the proper psych tests and rundown that they give every new contestant, because they thought the work had already been done on Mormon Wives. So they were like, oh, we don't have to take this step. Let's just put her there. And also here's a video of her almost killing her child. Great job. Get out of my algorithm, Taylor Frankie Paul. Get out of it.
Just block her.
I can't. No, I can't. Because she's on TMZ and Us Weekly. I can't. True. I don't follow her.
Matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. You're right. Oh, God.
Well, speaking of people who are disgraced and should go away, every week something happens right after we record this prefix that people are like, please let this be in the prefix. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we've already recorded it. But Kristi Noem's husband's tits. We're just leaving it at that. Like, I can't believe we haven't even had a chance.
We talked about it on the a la carte a little bit. We did talk about it on the a la carte a little bit. But
we have not talked about it publicly. This story has already, like, if I may say, like, peaked and then deflated 5 times already. But Sarah Sherman appearing on SNL as Kristi Noem's husband with 2 misshapen and balloons as her tits. Just a great moment. A great moment.
It's sad that you know the world is really fucked up when this story has like come and gone already.
Uh-huh.
Like this is
I mean,
something.
we're also at war with like 10 nations, so we should be focusing.
Yes, correct.
But,
you know what I mean? But
I think there should be a float of him in the Thanksgiving parade. Like, I think it's that major. Like, let's go. I mean, if we're making Taylor, Frankie, Paul, the Bachelorette, we're a trash nation as it is. Put this fucking guy Byron, he's the most American thing happening right now.
He should be on Drag Race. He should be the guest judge on Drag Race with them big swanging titties.
There should be a Drag Race runway devoted to Byron Nome.
I mean, honestly, someone will do him in Snatch Game, don't you think?
I hope so.
It'll be bad. Like it's not good because we don't even know what his voice sounds like, but like they won't do well in it, but it'll be funny.
Category is goons with balloons. That's what it should be. Bring him out there. He should be a guest judge. And just for the record, we're not kink shaming. We're just happy that someone's feeling shame about this who deserves to. And it's her. In great news, the trailer dropped on Monday. The final trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2 dropped on Monday, in which we hear almost 2 solid minutes of the song Runway by Lady Gaga and Doechii. And it is a fucking banger. It is as good as you need it to be, baby. Song of the summer. Here we go.
I know that this is an outdated term at this point, but my body is ready. For the song, for the movie looks good. I'm sorry to tell you.
It looks fantastic.
It looks actually like what looks we good. And we were worried, and every like 20-year later movie is like, like what's going to happen? But like, it looks I'm really excited. Like I'm 100% going to go see it in the theater.
It looks like a real morsel of happiness at a time when we could use it. So I can't wait to see it.
Everyone looks so good in it. Emily Blunt looks incredible. Anne Hathaway is truly the most beautiful person we have in this world. For real. Meryl looking incredible.
She needs to tell us her secrets. Anne Hathaway needs to tell us exactly what she's had done and who's done it, because she's in that exact zone. She looks unbelievable. And so does Emily Blunt, by the way, like ageless in this movie.
Yes. Correct.
They all do.
I mean, that's that like $1 million facelift where you're like, you couldn't even get this if you tried. Do you know what I mean? Like she probably spent that much money on it and it was worth it.
Yeah, I don't know what she's had done. I really don't. If it's that glass facial or if it's the Kris Jenner thing, Dominic, I don't know what it is.
This is that we don't have access to this, whatever this is.
It's placenta.
Yeah,
it's
like I was going to say
placenta.
I was going to say stem cells.
It's angel placenta. An angel died, and
like we don't have like an alien came down and gave her a new face. Is what happened. She has a window to another dimension, and then that dimension came and put another face on her. Is what happened.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Really
like we don't.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Anywho,
I need to find out for real what she's had done. I just don't know if it's like a full facelift. I feel like it's not. I don't think she, like Kris Jenner, I think has dwarves in her wig holding everything back. Yes. That's the secret. Yeah. I don't know if Anne had it done because it's settled too. Like remember 6 months ago, she showed up and she was so taut and looked great then, by the way. But now she's turned back the hands of time.
It's incredible. Incredible.
And she's only like 40.
No, yeah. Yes. Wait, how old is she actually? No, I think she's older than that.
Hey, Siri, how old is Anne Hathaway?
Oh, yeah, 43.
Siri said, stop judging people by the way they look. It doesn't matter how old she is. Well, fuck you, bitch. 43. Anne Hathaway's a Scorpio. All right. Good for you.
Yeah, Wow. Anyway, no, I'm excited for the movie. The song is a banger.
Yeah, it's great.
And I like when Lady Gaga does collaborations, they're always good. She doesn't do them as often as other people, but every time she does, it's always good. Like think about Rain on Me, like great song. Like she doesn't really,
she's sort of egoless in them. That's why. Like she wants to have a good time always. She is a musician first and a star second. She's always
and I think she's very, very into like, what are our sounds going to be like when they blend together? That'll be fun. Like she's very into like creating the art, I feel. Right. And I love that.
Because she wants it to be good. It's not like, let's just put two people together and have them start.
And like screaming. You do a verse and then I do a verse. Yeah. Like even
that Prince of Egypt song.
Yeah, no.
Oh, fantastic. No, that Prince of Egypt song with Mariah and Whitney will always be a huge disappointment to me. I'm like, how do you get the two best voices in music history in a room? And this is what you're giving? Come on. It was like a hog calling contest. I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm depressing myself even talking about it.
No, okay. Well, moving on.
Major story, but I buried it because I'm tired of talking about it. The Blake Lively harassment charges against Justin Baldoni have been dropped. There are lawsuits moving forward, but key things that Blake has been alleging since New Year's Eve of 2 years ago have dropped out. The Baldoni team came on and gloated. And then Blake Lively, multiple times this week, has taken to Instagram with the exact thing you're never supposed to do in a situation like this, with a full page, single-spaced statement to your Instagram followers. That's an admission of guilt, is what it is. It is the definition of I'm trying too hard to prove a point. I won't read it. All I saw was something about you have no idea how painful digital blah-bitty-blah can be. I do know it because we run a podcast and sometimes people say mean things and I ignore it. That's what you're supposed to do because you're married to billionaire Ryan Reynolds and I don't know why you're wasting space in my algorithm for your nonsense. Now the court has done what we all knew we were already thinking. You're bullshit. It's just bullshit.
And him too, by the way, the other side of it too. You know what I mean? Like, we couldn't care less about this. And then whatever ends up happening at the end of this, they're both going to be like, see, like justice is served. And we're going to be like, what? Huh? Who are you? Like, it's so far. And the other thing that's sad is that it's like, let's say he was like a horrific monster to her and was like sexually like harassing her and all this stuff. Like, that's terrible that she has to go be in court for like years to prove it. But also it's like, oh my God, like it's doing nothing.
I mean, two things. Like when this douchebag is the person who looks like the hero, you're a level of douche that you shouldn't even leave the house. Like if Justin Baldoni is the hero of the two of you, be quiet. But she can't. She can't. No. She truly cannot do it. And the fact that it is all of this is over a movie called It Ends With Us, and this will not end, will continue to be the great cosmic joke of this entire exercise.
Yeah, you love it. You love that. That's your favorite thing is stuff like that. You love,
and the movie wasn't even good.
It was terrible.
I think I should sue for having to sit through 90 minutes of this horse shit. Terrible. I'm going to sue both of them. I'm going to get the Anne Hathaway facelift, and then I'm going to file in Superior Court on New Year's Eve against Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. How dare you waste 2 years of my time with this?
I know. And anyway.
The Tiger Woods body cam footage has been released. You want to talk about a loser. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, he was wasted and whatever. It's unfortunate. Get some help, blah, blah, blah. A second mugshot was released. Why are you driving? Obviously, Chris DeRosa will not. On his deathbed, Chris will look at the nurse and say, why do celebrities drive themselves?
As I'm passing over to the other astral plane, I will literally be like, why are celebrities driving?
I can't wait until when I'll see you. I'll wave from down below where I'm going to be, but I'll wave up at you because when you get there and God's going to be like, I have news, Chris, we all drive ourselves up here. And they just hand you a golf cart and that's it.
And they walk away.
So the douchiest thing that happened this week was Tiger Woods, where he says on the body cam footage to the police officers, I was just talking to the president. So he gets into an accident and tries to call Donald Trump.
Why? Because
he's a douche.
Because you know how bad this is. Because you know how horrible, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I'm so fucked. I have to go straight to the top and make him like do something crazy so that dominates the news cycle. And my 19th DUI where I rolled a car again isn't.
I'm going to deliberately get a DUI so I can be caught on body cam footage as I'm being cuffed saying, I was just on the phone with Cher. I just called Cher and just throwing it out there. Nothing's going to happen. I just wanted you to know because that's what he's doing. He's like, I'm on the phone. The cops are just like, we don't give a flying fuck. And fuck you for even trying to do that, man. This is the fourth car you flipped. This story comes out. He's stepping away from golf. Had he been stepped in?
Yeah. He hasn't been playing in a long time, right?
No, maybe here's not. The thing. You're miffed about why people are driving. I'm miffed about why he still works at all.
Yeah. What's the point?
Several people wrote in, some of them quite nasty, I might add, but I deleted them. Because last week on the podcast, you were like, this guy's almost a billionaire. And fans of Tiger Woods, DUIs be damned, were like, he's actually a billionaire several times over. To which I responded, ooh, that changes the story. Get the fuck out of here. Goodbye.
But also that makes my point even more real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving along to the other giant story this week, truly, which we, I guess, are now calling Scamanda, the Summer House Sandoval scandal. Now, I don't watch Summer House, but what I will tell you is that everyone involved is trying to make this scandal at least as big as Sandoval. Like, they are working overtime in my algorithm to make sure I know every name, who the villains are. Suffice it to say, Ciara and Amanda are two cast members on Summer House. And Amanda, they're best friends, actually. And Amanda is now dating Ciara's ex. Cue the pearl clutching. So that's basically what's happening.
It is like I said, as a viewer and like someone who did work on the show before West and Ciara were a part of the show. It is shocking. Like, to hear that is like, oh, that's drama. You know what I mean?
Because they're best friends? Is that why we're gagging? Is it because they're best friends, or is there
right now on
right
now on the show, like Ciara and West are like rekindled. They were like having a flirtation of his first season, and then he wrote this article about like how he doesn't like her anymore or something, and it was really bad. And then everyone didn't like him, and everyone loved Ciara, and then blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a whole thing, but like they had a like, will they, won't they relationship, and they get on it again, off again. And he hurt her, and then she was upset. Now they're finally in the season that's airing right now, like rekindling a little bit. And it like seems that they might date. It's just crazy that like the person that you were going to like be consoled by like, oh, this guy's treating me badly is like, I know, isn't that so terrible? And now they're dating. Does that make sense? It is like in the confines of the show, it's shocking. 100%.
You know why I think I'm not shocked about these circumstances? Because I'm gay, and that's sort of like a brunch, what you're describing.
Yeah, sure.
We're like, we're all fucking each other's exes. Well, yeah, of course we are.
Sure.
Sometimes with the other people in the room, or with them shooting it, really. This is why I'm sort of like, it feels like Scandoval Jr.
But it does feel like a betrayal. Yeah,
I'm watching the reunion.
It gives it does feel like betrayal, or like they're moving in shady situation. You know what I mean? So I do understand why people, however, people texting me being like, I haven't been able to do anything this whole week because of this, is like, seek help. But anyway.
Yes, I will even drop the name Jess Rothschild, who is a frequent friend of this pod, who basically said like, this Scamanda's my entire life. And I'm not there. But people who love Summer House truly love Summer House. I don't know why it didn't track for me. I'm sure it's a great show.
They're younger. I get why, because they're younger. It took a minute to get it going. They've made 9 million versions of this show before Summer House actually hit well. Like, remember, like, Most Eligible Dallas was one that they did early on. There was one called like 100 Days of Summer, which was about a group of friends in Chicago.
I EP'd 3 or 4 of these in like
you did
up here. I know exactly what it is. Yeah,
you sure did. Yes. Summer House is the one that worked, like much like Vanderpump Rules was the one that worked.
Right.
And so it's like, there was a lot of these. And so I feel like when they first would come on, like Southern Charm, I never thought was going to actually be what it is now, which is like a huge, I mean, it's a hugely successful Bravo show. That was another one. Like Southern Charm was like, they're young. It's not Housewives, but it is, but they're younger. And like, it's about a place and blah, blah, blah. And like, I never thought that was, like, I didn't even watch Southern Charm when it first came out, because I was like, well, this will just get canceled like the rest of them. And then
and here we are.
It ended up and then they found the ones that actually did work, and Summer House was one of them, for sure.
That show, look, this is the key to a Bravo show. If we're destroying lives on a regular basis, that's it. Like, we're gold for years and years, destroying relationships. Southern Charm destroys relationships among people who aren't even on Southern
They fight. Oh my God, they're like,
is Jennifer Lopez involved in something with Southern, like an Eck or A-Rod and Madison and all these
whatever. Those are all names. Yes. Those are all names.
Speaking of Bravo, we will comment properly on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Neither of us have had a chance to watch it. Everyone I know who's seen it. Wait, did you see it?
I just watched the first episode.
Oh, you're kidding me. All right, well then tell me.
In the shower.
Go back, rewind. You watch television in the shower. Do you have a waterproof cover for your phone, or do you have a TV built into your shower?
I just I have a little hook that I put my phone on in the shower that hooks onto my pop socket, and I just play it. I don't need, again, as I try to explain to you, I don't need to actually look at the screen. Like, I'm looking at the beginning of the scene, I see what they're wearing, and I see who's there, and then I look away. You know what I mean? Then I hear the voices. And then this one's a little bit harder because I don't know who they are yet. So I'm like, what's this one? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I'm not sitting down to like watch it as I'm watching like Hamnet. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing, I'm glancing. I know what the scene's gonna be at the beginning anyway. Duh, hello. We've been doing this for
Hamnet is something
enough.
I wish I watched in the shower, though, if I'm being honest. That was a waste of my time.
It was so hard.
I don't bring my device near the water. I leave it outside, and I only listen to 1010 Wins or the Pet Shop Boys when I'm in the shower.
Yes,
that's
of course. Yeah, hello, we know that.
So how was it?
I mean, immediate drama.
Sure.
They came in guns a-blazing. It's good. The first episode is very much like here's who the people are, here's this, but like there's already beef. There's already things of like, here's how this person is in a group. Here's how this person is in a group. I feel good about it. And it seems like they can all be real friends and really like they have a lot of connections from outside of like them being told to be a group of friends. You know what I mean? They all kind of know each other in real ways. Like it's been done properly. And I thought that there's already stuff where they're like, wait, this person told you this about me, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's already drama afoot and I'm enjoying. A lot of like big houses, a lot of pools, a lot of boats. There's a lot of wish fulfillment of like, oh, summer in the New England coast. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that.
All right. This is the one that what I'm going to hold off for 2 weeks before watching Real Housewives of Rhode Island because I get tan envy and I have a good base right now from the bed at Planet Fitness. But until I'm as tan as the people on Rhode Island.
Oh, you will have. Dominic, you will have tan envy for sure.
I saw the trailer. Some of these women are straddling the race line here with the amount of tan they've got going
Absolutely
on.
Correct. 100%.
Rachel Dolezal watched Real Housewives of Rhode Island and was almost offended by it. Yeah. She's like, why do these women get to walk and I can't leave my house without being assaulted?
Oh God.
Okay. So Brandy, the singer Brandy, I think she's got a book coming out. She got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And she is now talking about her relationship with Wanya Morris from Boys to Men. And she was 16 and he was a man. He was not a boys at that point. He was
a man.
he was fully in his 20s and it's opening up. It's just opening up a lot of uncomfortable conversations. I don't know.
I know why they didn't. Like, I'm asking a question that I know the answer to, but it's just like, no one thought this was, but then I'm saying this and then I'm remembering that R. Kelly literally was like on fucking like real
14.
News, like real. And
Aaliyah was 14.
Aaliyah was like 14 years old and he was like a grown ass man. And they were like, you guys are in love. Like no one stopped any of this, which is like disgusting.
They sneaked around. They kept the relationship to themselves. She lied to her parents about it. And apparently the two of them agreed to pretend they were waiting until she turned 18 before pursuing anything romantic. But that isn't what happened. Not sure what Wanya Morris thinks. Now, keep in mind, this was a long time ago. So this is causing damage. I'm actually surprised this story isn't getting a little bit more attention, but it's going to cause damage for a lot of people. Parents, Boys to Men. We'll see how this unfolds. Middle-aged revelations about things like this are becoming more and more common. So, well, this leads right into the next story, which is not Melissa Gilbert appearing on GMA, fully defending Timothy Busfield. When the truth comes out, she knew about his sexual assault charges before they married, by the way, because he had 2 charges beforehand, one of which he settled. Melissa Gilbert, very indignant with George Stephanopoulos. He's like, these 2 charges before you guys got married, did you know about them? And she's like, well, yes, George, I had the internet. I did not go into this blindly, nor was I complicit, which I thought was a very strange choice of words. It's like complicit with what? Like you're admitting he's guilty while also saying when we find out the truth of those incidents, because he's never had the opportunity to tell what happened then. Yes, he did. They were like 15 years ago. He had 15 years to tell it. But now because he's done it again, this is where now he's being silenced. No, baby, this is not Meghan Markle.
Also, why on earth would you ever go on what is it, Good Morning America? Like, why would you ever subject yourself to the firing squad that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? But I bet you they're like, the lawyers are like, you have
The
to go
lawyer was
defend
with
him.
her. She was with the lawyer.
I'm sure.
George asked, what about these two charges, one of which he settled before the two of you got married? Did you know about this? And the lawyer was like, no. And Melissa holds her hand up and she's like, I got this one. And then she's like, yeah, I did know about it. I looked him up on the internet. Basically, like, I'm just like every girl who's Googling a guy before they go out. Yeah, but yours settled a sexual assault charge. Like, that's when you don't date them, Melissa. Little House on the Dumbass. That's what I'm going to call her for the rest of my life. Don't give any more interviews, baby. Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
And P.S., guess who you're not going to be mean to is George Stephanopoulos.
Right.
Like, how dare you?
He handled it like a pro. He doesn't give a shit about her.
Of course he did. Because he's like, you're a loser.
She keeps going on. And it's a very carefully, like, she almost had like a prairie wig on. She's got like, it's pulled back in a buffanti bun. And she's got little tendrils coming down. And it's like, girl, what are you doing here? Just divorce him like you're supposed to and move on with your life. He's innocent of all charges. Oh, okay. All three of them? I don't know.
And I didn't know who this person was before this story. So like, she's not married to, this isn't Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not Jeff Bezos. She's like, he's innocent. You know what I mean? Because I need those billions. You know what I mean? Like, how much money does he have? Nothing, right?
Now probably. I mean, I'm sure they're comfortable. I don't know what her residual moments are, but she's been a celebrity for ever. So I'm sure they live.
I'm just saying but I'm saying this isn't like life-changing money that she's going to be left with. And that's why she's defending her rapist husband.
Yeah. If Melissa Gilbert gets a DUI, she's not calling Donald Trump. Like that's body cam footage you're never going to see. She's maybe calling the woman who played her mother on Little House on the Prairie, if that woman is still alive. And her name's Carolyn Grassley. Hey, Siri, how old is Carolyn Grassley? 84. Okay.
Wow.
Chris is like, what? Can we please move on? I don't know what you're talking about, Grandpa. Megan Thee Stallion back on Broadway. She had to leave Moulin Rouge last week in the middle of the show for a medical emergency, which I think turned out to be just a combination of exhaustion and dehydration. But she has spoken out about it and said like she was pretty fucking scared.
Yeah.
You know, Broadway schedules are not a joke. They are 8 shows and you've got to be awake and on and all that shit. And now her body's used to it. So she was in the hospital overnight, out of the show for a few days, but is back and is supposedly, by the way, fantastic in the show. Like,
I'm sure she is.
Posting about her is saying like she's so wonderful.
And you know, the other thing too, it's like when she's an A-list celebrity. So it's like when you have the grueling Broadway schedule, but then like all your other shit that you have to do isn't like turned off because you're on Broadway.
Yeah.
So it's like she goes and performs 8 shows a week. And then they're also like, here's this thing for your social media. Here's this thing for your Dunkin' Donut protein, whatever the fuck that thing is that she's doing. Like, here's this other thing. Like, she has like 900 other things she's doing, plus being a rapper and a musician. So she's like, God only knows she's probably been worked to the bone.
You have to have a good team in place if you're going to take like a Broadway role. If you're an existing star, like if you're just a Broadway star, it's a little bit easier to handle. Also, because there's a lot of hidden things that you don't know about being in a Broadway show. Like you have to re-rehearse all the time when new people join the show. It's like a constant.
And you can't skip it. Like that's like, you can't like be like, no, I'm not coming to this. Like, no, you have to come.
You know, Amber Riley, who was on Glee, and she won an Olivier for playing Effie in a revival of Dreamgirls on the West End, which we all were hoping was going to come here. And there will be a Dreamgirls coming here, as we previously reported. Amber Riley's not going to be playing Effie in it, as far as we know, though. And she had said something this week, and I don't know if it was in response to Megan Thee Stallion leaving Moulin Rouge, but she said until things change, she will never appear on Broadway because it is 10 times more grueling than anyone understands, in part because of what I said, where it's like, you're not just doing 8 shows a week and turning your life over to it. There's other work. There's, in conjunction with the show, there's photo shoots and there's interviews and there's re-rehearsing and there's all this other shenanigan that comes along with it. She's like, it's 3 full-time jobs. And she's like, it's too exhausting and I can't handle it. And also be phenomenal on stage at the same time.
And also like coming from her who was on Glee where they like literally like didn't let them go home. Do you know what I mean? Like they like slept on set because it was so grueling. They all said. Yeah.
She's probably like, I know there's a Glee curse, so I'm going to make sure everything I'm doing is as healthy as possible for my life.
Yes,
so
correct. It's
the same thing with me in this podcast. Like when people, that's why when people approach me, on the street, are you Dominick from Fixing Famous People? I'm like, please, can I just have 5 minutes to myself? I don't think you understand.
I have to go.
I'm fixing all of these famous people. I'm talking about pop. Please, can I just have a croissant in peace? Please.
All jokes aside, you have been stopped on the street. We both have, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes with people screaming like lunatics, as though the Beatles themselves have arrived in 1962 at JFK. I think it's warranted. I'm not going to lie about it.
You're a mess.
Lil Nas X has resolved his assault charges with the LAPD by getting a mental health diversion. He's in a treatment program.
Okay, good.
He was seen leaving the court, very jovial. He was with his attorney, speaking with people outside the Van Nuys courthouse with the press. They're like, how's your treatment going? He said, I'm here. So, it's obviously not an easy road for him. We don't have all the details. A lot of reporters were asking him, when's new music coming out? And he and his attorney were very coy. They're like, you just have to wait and see. I think I smell a single coming this summer, at least as a precursor to his return. But I think he's going to come up with something.
No, I know, but I want him to get help. I want him to get, clearly he's not okay. And so he needs to go and he needs to work on himself for a little bit.
He seems very at peace, though. Yeah. He seems like a different version of him, like a very sort of calm, refreshed. Good. He seems like someone who's detoxed or gone to rehab or gone through a program and is being regulated in a way that's benefiting him.
I'm glad.
Which is good. I love him so much. And
me too. Me too. And as a young gay pop star, I want him to do well. I want him to really do well, and I want him to get help now. So it's not in 10 years and he's it's irreversible.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's happened. No, I agree with you because he's always struggled with how quick his fame was. And he's been you've seen him spiraling on social media for years, he's always had a hard time with it. He doesn't understand why it's so hard to get music out because he's signed to a label. And it's he's very young too. He's very young.
They all say that too. They're all they're shelving me, blah, 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 which is so fucked up. It really is. Anyway.
One of my favorite stories of the week, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, who have no children, so they don't cross paths and haven't seen each other in years. Well, until this week when they were seated in first class. Boots in the air report that it was as awkward as you would have wanted. It was as awkward as you would have.
Were they next to each other?
I don't think they were in 1A and 1B, but it was awkward. And my only question was, why do we not have video of this? But
I know.
I think people are less likely to whip out their phones in first class. As someone who routinely sits in coach, I'm buying meta glasses for that because when people melt down, I don't want to have to shoot them with my phone like I normally do. I just want to look at them and press a button and be done with it and get views.
I would have loved to have seen just a pic, even just a pic of the top of their heads from the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would have been fantastic. Dan Levy has a new project coming out, and he was interviewed on CBS Sunday Morning. And they went back to the town in Canada where they shot Schitt's Creek. And it is, I normally don't say, please watch this because I know you will cry, but please watch the interview. It will be a very good cry. He gets I'm starting to tear up thinking about it. It was really sweet. He gets very emotional. They tour some of the old sets. And he says, I didn't think I was going to get this emotional. And it's because of Catherine O'Hara passing away. He's like, that's all I'm thinking about. And the reporter says, he's like, will there ever be a moment where we see these people again? And he said, not now. He's like, it's just, we would never do it without her. How could you? How
if anything, I want there to be, I know they did a little bit of this. They did a little documentary episode, but I would love to do, remember when they did the Friends reunion? I know that Schitt's Creek is not Friends, but even a smaller version of that where they all go back to the sets and talk and remember her. I would love that. I think everyone would love that.
I'm already crying thinking about that.
But it's too early. She just died. Her body's still warm. What the hell? You know what I mean? It's too early.
Dan Levy, by the way, is so hot.
I know you love him. I knew that was coming at the end of this.
Ooh, God, he's so funny and he's so smart.
Yes.
And he's so cute. I mean, if he were just Latin, he'd be the perfect person for me. Honest to God.
I feel that he's very tall though, and he is definitely out of your
Siri,
height
how
range.
tall is Dan Levy? He's 5'11". Yeah, he's an inch out of it. I'll wear heels to have sex with Dan Levy. I don't care. I'll wear them in bed. I'll wear my Christy Gnome's husband's fake boobs in bed if that's what Dan Levy wants.
If it'll get you some height.
To make it easier for him. Yeah. Ashley Simpson won The Masked Singer.
That's who it was?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
I have nothing to say about it.
Everyone knows how we feel about it. But, I mean, okay. Wait, I think our guest pitched to go on The Masked Singer, by the way.
Who? Lil' Kim?
No, our guest for Ashley Simpson.
Oh.
I think he pitched that she go on The Masked Singer. And did you see that they're doing a Laguna Beach reunion?
I did see that.
Which I feel like 100% was my pitch. Am I wrong? I feel like I 100%.
It probably was. It probably was.
We talked about them doing a reunion, even if we said this isn't the pitch, but we talked about them having a sit-down reunion, Bravo style, and that is 100% what they did. And I'm chomping at the bit to see it.
It's going to be good. Some stuff has started to leak out. Lauren Conrad, I have to be honest, one thing that's making me less excited about the reunion is that several of them were actual children when the show shot. Lauren Conrad was literally 17 years old.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. I am whatever.
I'm
a former reality producer who's telling you, don't put your kids, do not let your kids go on a fucking reality show. Do not have their legacy put in concrete when they're still in high school. Don't do it. And that's
we wouldn't even be allowed to film with them nowadays. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the thing is that it was
not
the
without
Wild
a tutor on set.
We would never be allowed. It would be so they'd be like, well, we can't do this because they're 17. It just wouldn't even be a conversation that would be had. Honestly.
I don't know if this is going to make the final cut of the reunion, but at some point while they were shooting this Laguna reunion, there was this infamous Mexico trip where a lot of fights happened. And there were
Cabo.
two people who fought on the cast, and I can't remember their names, but one guy went to the EP and said, is there any way that this can't air? Because it's going to be really bad for me.
Yes.
And
Steven
they removed the fight. They removed the fight, and other people on the cast are sitting in the circle and they're like, did you know we could ask to have a fight removed and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, no. And that was it. Because some people, their legacy happened on that Cabo trip because of fights that happened on that trip.
I mean,
but there are two people whose names escape me that had a fight and the fight just didn't air because they asked for it to be removed.
As soon as you say Cabo, all I picture in my mind is Kristen on the bar, and it was there was a green light on her. Every single millennial knows exactly the shot I'm talking about. It was a green light on her, and she was dancing on the bar in Cabo. And Steven at the time was her boyfriend, and he said "slut" really loud, and that was the promo for the episode for weeks. Wow. Never forget.
I produced a show once where there was a troublemaker, the cast troublemaker of the show found himself at the end of the second season on the receiving end of scandal, about whether or not this person and their partner, where there was cheating in their relationship. And he was, after 2 years of terrorizing this cast, was blindsided that they had all turned on him. And I will it was truly...
You've told this before.
Yeah. It was sort of heartbreaking because you do develop relationships with these people. 100%. And when the scene kept rolling, he's hysterical. And he came up to me and he's like, you cannot air this. And I had to look at him. And I think I was also crying when I answered. I was like, I don't have a choice. I'm sorry this is happening to you, but the shit you've pulled with other people, we've aired all that. And it's just, we have to be fair. It's I can't help that karma.
No,
bit you. And he was like, did you know this was coming? I was like, I did because I talked to the cast, just like I knew what you were going to do to everyone else before it happened.
Yeah, when you did this, when you were in the other opposite seat of this, 9 times. Yeah.
But it was sort of heartbreaking to see him in that. And look at this. Oh, well, look at that. I'm drinking from the actual mug of the show that it happened on.
Yes, I knew.
It's your universe. Look at God, Chris.
Look at God. Look at God. No, I had to hold it together yesterday for something, and I did my absolute best. It was one of the hardest interviews I've ever had to do. And I just sat there and talked really slowly and blah, blah, blah. And the second that the interview was over, I burst into tears. And it's very hard.
I hate that.
You get so attached to these people. And then it's like you see them go through all of this stuff, and it's hard. It's a lot. It's emotionally.
And you feel
taxing.
responsible. You feel responsible. Like, I'm one of the officers in this court that's now ruining your mental health for a minute.
Everyone on the other side of the camera, at the time they don't feel that, but then once they're away from it, they like come to you. How many times have they come to you and been like, I never would have been able to do this without you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you are the enemy for a couple of days, but they do understand that it's a job. We're fixing Lil' Kim today with Josh Currence. It's a lot of fun. The a la carte will be up in a moment. Among the things we'll be discussing, Kimberly Kardashian is trying to become the Aaron Spelling of 2026. We'll tell you which of her projects got greenlit and which has been turned down. Is Don Lemon running for president? Let's just have a moment of silence for that.
Sure.
This is where we are. This is how bad it's gotten that we're putting the Lem himself in the White House. Okie dokie. Amanda Bynes is dropping a single soon. We'll tell you all about that. We'll tell you who is taking over for Stephen Colbert when The Late Show goes away. We will tell you what shitty thing Jada Pinkett Smith has said about Will Smith this week. And Grey's Anatomy, a show in which I have never seen an episode, has been greenlit for season 23.
I thought you were going to say it was canceled. And I was like, this is a cultural. That would have been like absolutely tectonic. But
I've been asked this week via direct message if I would be talking about Pooh Shiesty kidnapping Gucci Mane. So I hope you heard how uncomfortable it was to even say that sentence. The answer is no. That's not on this podcast. I can recommend others if you like.
Gucci Mane has been kidnapped?
By Pooh Shiesty.
Who's that?
I don't know. Are these Pokemon characters? I don't even know what I'm saying. I do what the listeners tell me.
But like, we know Gucci Mane, but Pooh Shiesty, I don't know
who he is. Pooh Shiesty.
Not a kidnapping.
Well, I mean, obviously he's been released. I don't think he's being currently held hostage because
who knows?
Shiesty let him out.
Who knows?
What we will close on today is good news. Jessica Lange is back in New York City. She is back on American Horror Story. Ryan Murphy has released some stills of her from the back on the set. Very exciting. And we did
not a back shot.
Well, the back shot indicates, if you're fans of American Horror, it looks like she's reprising her season 1 character based on the wardrobe and the hairstyle. However, this is going to be some sort of multiverse bullshit. I'll probably get very confused and need help to figure it out. But we did get confirmation that all the witches from American Horror Story Coven will be on this penthouse season of American Horror Story, which I think Coven is, I don't know, widely regarded, but I feel like that's everyone's favorite season of the show.
It's also had a lot of guest stars, like Lady Gaga was in it, like Stevie Nicks was in it. Like, it was one that had a lot of good guest stars. And I also feel like it was at a time when it was like, the show was on such a steep incline and got so many nominations.
There were a lot. No, Gaga was in Hotel. She didn't do She didn't do Coven. But who did do Coven, who's been confirmed to return this season, the one and only Clinternational treasure, star of 911, Angela Louise Bassett, will be reprising her role. That alone is what, I mean, Jessica and Angela together again, baby. By the way, I'm going to have to start watching The Madison. I can't get sucked into Taylor Sheridan's universe, but everyone I know who has seen Michelle Pfeiffer on the show is like, it's 6 episodes, watch it, love it, and live it. And
you need to just do it just for that, just to know that that's what you're doing and then be done with it. Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer she's also got another show coming out on Apple TV this year. She's making a huge resurgence. Oh, by the way, speaking of resurgence, I don't want to save this for the a la carte, but it appears as though there's going to be a Basic Instinct reboot that Emerald Fennell is going to be involved with. Emerald, of course, did Promising Young Woman and Saltburn and The New Wuthering Heights. Joe Esterhaas, who wrote and directed the original, is 80 years old and unfortunately involved in it. I wish that he weren't. I wish he would just hand it to Emerald Fennell. But, my only requirement is just find a role for Sharon Stone or I will not buy a ticket or stream this. That's all.
They know.
There is a very minor character in Basic Instinct that Catherine Trammell, who's Sharon Stone's, she is very good friends with an elderly serial killer in the show. Like they have some sort of relationship. To me, it seems natural that in the reboot, Sharon Stone would play the older one, but let's see let's see how it goes. I'm excited.
Come on.
I know a lot of Dr. Rabbi Rebecca Bregman in the text this morning was not happy about it, but I'm okay to have Basic Instinct rebooted because it's a classic to me. I loved it.
No,
Do not put Michael Douglas in this, that bag of bones. No one needs to see him again, please. Unless his character got cancer from eating out Sharon Stone's character in the original film. That was disgusting. I'm sorry that I've ended on this, but I'll never get over him saying he got tongue cancer from Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, how dare he? How dare she still be married to him after that? Anyway.
We're going to fix Lil' Kim with Josh Currence after these vital messages.
Okay, Dominic, I know him as a long-time OG listener, but the world now knows him as host of the Ite So Boom podcast. It's Josh Currence. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. Hello.
I just truly know Josh as some queen I send memes back and forth to every day on Instagram.
Yes. 100%.
I forgot there was a podcast and a human there. I was just like, what does Josh have to say about this? It's part of my internet experience every day.
You're OG. Like, you're OG, like from the old country, from the day one, like OG listener, I feel.
Yeah.
The first episode of Fixing Famous People I've ever listened to was Meghan Markle 1. I remember being on the bus in 2023. Episode 1, I was there.
Period.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you even find it back then? Did someone tell you about it?
I feel like it might have been Chris on Kate Casey. And then linked me over.
Got it.
And then in my head, I was like, oh, these are my friends.
Yeah. And now they are. And
now we are. Josh, you're here on a very auspicious day. This person I feel like has come and gone in the do we need to fix her consciousness since the moment we started this podcast. And I'm actually surprised that only in the 4th year are we finally getting to the one and only Lil' Kim. You know, I think the reason that she popped up on the list recently was when the universe put her at Cardi B's most recent Brooklyn performance. And when Lil' Kim walked out, you know, the past couple of years, it's like, what is she trying to be? Is she white? Is she Asian? And it turns out that she's actually just a labubu, a full, like, this is literally, she has changed entire species right in front of us.
Is she white? Is she Asian?
Listen to me.
I agree. She's a labubu.
Listen, before we begin, we're going to say some shady shit just because we're gay. But I love Lil' Kim. I've always loved Lil' Kim. How Many Licks is one of my absolute favorite bangers of all time. But when she walked out on stage at Cardi's concert, I was like, this individual works at a Willy Wonka factory. What on earth is happening here? What on earth? I listen, extinguish your torches. I know what I'm saying is horrible. I also know you're also thinking it when you're looking at her. So I'm here to ease your soul because I don't have one. America.
Works at a Willy Wonka factory.
Sorry. Of all the, you know, I mean,
okay,
when she
anyway,
the legs are all boot. The thigh-high boot goes up to the nip. What's going on?
Oh, God.
So before I go to hell and read all of your negative emails, let's play the middle name game. So we're supposed to play the middle name game at this point where Christopher and our guest guess the middle name. But I asked off camera if either of them knew it, and Josh already knew Lil' Kim's middle name, so I just blurted it out, assuming, you know what? I guess I shouldn't have done that.
You should.
I guess we should have have Chris play it solo, because I figure if one of them knows it, I don't know if I just automatically thought then it's not a game, then no one's winning. But you know what? I forgot that there was no prize.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I forgot there was no prize.
I just feel like she's been in the zeitgeist forever that like I knew it.
Yeah, I just heard people say her name so many times, like fully, and I blurted out in front of Chris, Kimberly Denise Jones, which is her name, her given name. She is, by the way, 51 years old, and she was born in 1974. She's a Cancer, just like Christopher, and she's from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
What day's her birthday?
July 11th. Oh, wow. Maybe she's not a Cancer. Oh, she is a Cancer.
She's a Cancer, yeah.
Yes. So instead, what we'll do today, I was like, should we guess Biggie's middle name? And I thought, why don't we just, as I was researching her today, the 7 minutes before we hit record, Lil' Kim is the second most successful female rapper of all time. What I'm curious for you to guess is, I think you would unanimously know who's in the top 5. Who number 1 is rather, but who else is in the top 5? Because I think it would surprise you. Top 5 female rappers of all time. Kim's on the list
of like
and she is number
most
2.
money, or like what is it? Like
it's like highest sales.
We're going by sales. Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna go by sales. But all the metrics go in order. I'm looking at a list of the top 6, and the metrics all seem to match no matter what you're asking for, like airplay or sales. Like they're all congruent.
I know one of the answers already.
Uh-huh. And I'll let you know where they fall, like when you guess them.
I know Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Because Miseducation
number
of
5.
Lauryn Hill did like 20-something million.
Yep. Isn't that funny, by the way? She released 1 album and she's still the 5th highest selling female rapper
and
of
still
all
like
time.
Famous from just that 1 album.
Like touring on that, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. 20 million.
I mean, obviously Nicki Minaj, her nemesis, is going to be one of them.
Numero uno. Yep.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. But still, and I will say this, only 5 studio albums for Nicki Minaj. It's not like she's cranking these out. And when I say that she's far in the lead above everyone, I mean, pretty exponentially, I think would be used appropriately here. She's only got 5 albums, but 120 million in sales. That's quite a bit.
It's because she had a lot of singles that were good. And she also, like, yes, rapper, but her most successful songs are her singing. Also.
Yeah, like Starships. And
even like Starships, like she's singing the whole thing. Like, right. And even like, again, like Super Bass, like she's singing the chorus. And so I like, it's not that it's just like Missy Elliott who is like rapping and then not, do you know what I'm saying? Like, is Missy Elliott there in top 5?
She is number 4 on the list. Yes, she is number 4.
Oh,
so I think Nicki, Kim, fill in the blank, Missy, and then Lauryn Hill. That's the top 5.
So there's one more that we don't know.
I think number 3 might be Cardi B, because Invasion of Privacy did sell 18 million records.
I will tell you that Cardi B is actually number 6.
Oh.
Number 6. Number 3 really surprised me.
Who could it be?
Female rapper.
I know that Chris's clit is in danger of detaching when I say this name. I'm
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this.
Female rapper.
It is not Hilaria Baldwin. Cucumber.
Is it somebody like young and new, like Sexy Red?
No.
It is someone on the youngish and newish side, but it is not Sexy Red.
Okay. Because that would have killed me. Is it Doja Cat?
It is.
Kill me! She's number 3.
That's actually crazy that she sold more than Lauryn Hill.
Yep. Doja's at 34 million. But again, Doja has
singing.
Singing, yeah.
The funny part is that this is all with a relatively low amount of albums. Like Nicki, Kim, and Doja each have 5 albums. Missy only has 6, which I guess she guests on so much other shit. You forget that she doesn't have like.
She revolutionized rap, period. Not even female rap, period. And so that,
One thing I will say about the Nicki Minaj sales is that like the Pink Friday album, she kept just like repackaging it and reselling it. So it was like Pink Friday, Roman's Revenge, The Redux, Pink Friday 2, Electric Boogaloo. Like she just kind of was like adding and subtracting a song.
Martha's version. Wasn't Martha like Roman's mother or whatever? Like Martha's version. Yeah.
So it's like, does it count? Maybe.
No, but she deserves, like, much to my great chagrin, she does deserve the number 1 spot, I will say.
Yeah. And more than anybody, by the way, like I gave you the album numbers, but Nicki has also released 136 singles.
Because she was on every single song. When she was hot, she was on every single song alive.
It's second place in singles is Missy Elliott, who you would think would be 10 times more prolific, but Missy's only released 74 singles.
Huh.
I know, but it's still a lot.
Right?
That's a lot, but that's still like
disparity.
A bracket between, yeah.
God, I love
I mean, is
Missy
Nicki
Elliott so
Minaj
much.
releasing TikToks as singles? How does it even release that many singles?
Well, I mean, the last couple of years, Nicki Minaj was just kind of sending out voice notes on Twitter and calling it a song. So
true.
At least 5 of those are that.
Anywho, let's move on.
Well, here we are with Lil' Kim. For those of you who are, her story, there's nothing nebulous about it. I mean, there's been a documentary about everyone together and separately that came up from her that we know, they're from Brooklyn. She was in Junior Mafia with Biggie and then had a relationship with Bad Boy. And it depends what you think, like, when did she blow up? Like, she released one album in 96 called Hardcore, but I truly wasn't like, I hate to say this, but it was when the Notorious K.I.M. was the album where I first listened to her actual music. But I knew who she was. I knew she was part of Junior Mafia. And then when she came out on the VMAs that year with her tit hanging out famously, and Diana Ross jiggled her tit on live television.
Never forget. Never.
Yeah, and I'm in my 20s when that happened. If I was an actual child, like I'm assuming the two of like you were in the,
me.
How is that not like a core? That's like when I saw Boy George on the Grammys when I was 11 and it like changed my world. If I see Lil' Kim's tit and I'm 11, I'm like,
it is.
This is history that I'm
correct,
losing.
Dominic. It was. That's how we feel.
Exactly. That's the thing about Lil' Kim for me is like, I feel like for the literal entirety of my life, she was in the zeitgeist, and also like growing up in New York City with like sisters older than me. The Big Mama Thing video, I knew that more than I could spell words. Like I can give you all of those, but if you ask me what happened in Oliver Twist, I can't tell you.
And I don't feel that anyone is doing this, and they should be. Like the late 90s, early 2000s, like there are some female pioneers in rap that, like, again, Missy Elliott's one of these people. Like that is a time that needs a documentary. Don't you agree? Because they 100%. Are like, there's no blueprint for this. They're kind of always the sidekicks. And then her and Missy, I feel like more than anyone, are like coming forward and have like creating main character rap songs for women.
I would say her, Missy, and Foxy Brown were kind of the big three at the time. That like, they were like, yeah, we're doing this and everybody beware. I mean, I think about to this day, most of the rappers from like the early 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s, the male ones, I can't really think about their songs, but like if I'll Be plays by Foxy Brown, I'm stopping what I'm doing on the street. Get Your Freak On plays, I'm stopping what I'm doing. How many licks I'm there.
And like taking their sexuality by the reins. Like rapping about, like the thing that I always loved about Missy Elliott, even as a child, I knew this was so revolutionary, was like her song 1 Minute Man, where she was I want a guy that like can actually fuck me and like not last 1 minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she was like, do you know, like that to me was like so revolutionary, because for so long women were just like the sidekick or like the bitch, you know what I mean? Or the like some hoe that he got to be having his video that's like talking about sucking his dick. You know what I mean? Like they actually were like flipping the script on male rappers being like, no, you actually need to like perform for me.
Right. And it was the first genre of music where women had that sort of equity. Like no one, even in pop, no one was talking about sucking dicks the way Lil' Kim was, even though guys were talking about, you know, banging bitches for years in rap and hip hop. And this was a group of women that really were, and I love when we get to use the word pioneer appropriately. They were. I mean, they truly were.
Yeah.
Here we are in 2026 and Hillary Duff is just talking about giving head in a restaurant. And we're like, ooh, it's like, girl. Lil' Kim did that 35 years ago.
Yeah, 2005, Lil' Kim had Child Me say the line, how I make a Sprite can disappear in my mouth. Like,
oh my God.
And my family was so surprised when it came out. They were like, what?
This is who's raising a generation.
Exactly.
No, Kim.
I mean, and also to be discovered by Biggie is like a huge, you know what I mean? It's like to be discovered by the Notorious B.I.G., one of the best, like the most famous rappers to ever live. And then she was like there at the right time. You know what I mean? Like she was working and being really talented at the right time and friends with all these people. and like came up with it. You know what I mean?
Like they were literal kids. Like they were actual, but especially her, she was the minor in the group. And there's got to be a movie that we've missed, right? Maybe it just didn't feel definitive enough about this whole time, but there's got to be something coming down the pike, right?
I know you would think there. Well, I would be lining up, you know?
Well, it's funny because like from 2021 on, Lil' Kim has been threatening us with her book and it's never come out. Like I'll never forget the day she like posted the book cover and was like, I'm finally telling my story. And then like, it's
literally nothing
5 years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, sister, give us something, even like a 3-minute audiobook, something, please.
A voice note, an Instagram story. Yeah, like anything. We're dying. I mean, obviously, if we go through her discography outside of her own songs, she's one of the people that's in one of the biggest songs to ever exist, which is the 2001 single, Lady Marmalade.
Which gave Kim her first Grammy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And it's weird to think because I
forgot how big that song was.
I don't know. Why do I not think of her as like being in the song? She is, but it's like, I remember, wasn't there a thing where it was like they showed up on the set and they were like, okay, we're going to like learn the choreography. And Kim was like, the choreography.
Kim was like, I am not dancing.
So when you watch it, it's like Pink and like Christina and Maya are like hit, like kickball change and hit. And Lil' Kim is like walking in place and is like dancing along basically. Like they had to like dumb down it for her because she was like, I literally don't know how to dance. Like I'm a rapper. Like, why am I here?
There's two people in that song that you kind of forget are in there a little bit. It's like Lil' Kim, and people forget that like Missy Elliott is like the narrator there. And also, yes, people do forget about Maya, but I never will.
I thought you were going to say
my girl.
Because I do,
Yeah. I mean, another song that Lil' Kim does that like I always think of as 50 Cent's song, but it's not. It's hers, is Magic Stick.
Yeah.
Again, continuing our conversation about her, like these women objectifying men's bodies. You know what I mean? She's like, and it's a great song.
That song taught me what a C note was. And I was like, ooh, money. That's the thing is that like Lil' Kim has been in like so many great songs. I mean, you have to think about like Ladies Night with like Left Eye, Da Brat, Lil' Kim, Angie Martinez, like, and every female who was like famous at the time is like dancing in the video. Mary J. Blige is barefoot and drunk. Like, there's just like so many moments that I think that like if Lil' Kim just sat down with a camera crew and just like gave us all of this, like there are stories. I want to know what happened on that day.
Yeah.
Like, on that set.
Or have a ghostwriter write her book. You know what I mean? Like, why is she just not available to sit down with the ghostwriter? Like, come on.
I mean, but what's she doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's got to be a series. That's not even a movie. Like, that's like a multi-year.
Yeah.
Like that's like a 15-year story to tell.
Yeah.
And you would use three of those years would be just in the 90s. And then the last 2 seasons of a 5-season show would be like everything turn of the century. Like it's a lot.
I would add a 6th season, and it's that 1 year and a day she was in prison. And I want it to be essentially a riff of Orange is the New Black.
Got it. I thought you were adding an extra season to cover Prince Andrew with the Epstein files, just in case the Crown doesn't pick it up.
Like when I think of her, I do think of her going to prison. And I remember her like going to jail, it being a big deal. And I remember her like when she got out of prison, she went on it was the VMAs or something, or the American Music Awards. And she came out in a prison jumpsuit, like handcuffed. And she's like, I'm free, bitches. Like, or like whatever she ended up saying. But basically she's like, got sprung from the clink. Like she like. But
wait, remember the prison jumpsuit gets like ripped off of her and reveals to another outfit.
Yes.
And it's very drag. It's very Drag Race.
Yeah. It is like the wig underneath the wig. It's kind of what it is. And I remember it being like a big deal that she went to prison, and it being a big conversation of like these rappers are still like doing illegal things, which meanwhile her thing was that she lied to a jury. Like it's not even that
she lied about someone else's illegal thing. I mean, she did still commit perjury, but a year, that was also a big thing at the time, was like, of all the crimes that people are committing, why does she have to go to jail for 1 year? And she did serve the full year. She served almost 12 months for lying. She served more than only one person who's in the Epstein files, by the way, just so we're clear about that. Jizz is the only one who served longer time. And that's it.
I think the greater thing about the Kim arrest prison of it all it's a lot of it was like the perjury was a dumb thing in a way because so there's a shooting at Hot 97. It's like Kim and her friends versus like Capone Noriega and like Foxy Brown's crew. There's a shooting. One person gets shot. The men who they asked Kim, like, did you see these two men there? And Kim was like, absolutely not. I did not see these men there. Those same two men not only confessed, there's also like CCTV footage of like one man literally helping Kim out of the elevator and essentially her like hugging the other man. And then she's in court and she's like, oh, I didn't know that was a bad thing to do. And they're like, okay, you're going to jail for a year. But it's like, it was an unsmart decision. But honestly, I really think her only crime was being a woman. So
period. No, and also, no, again, it's like, well, can these people that shot someone go to jail? Not her like going to jail. You know what I mean? Like versus her being like, they're like, you lied, so you have to go to prison now.
With all that women go through in society, I think they're all allowed a little perjury as a treat. Like, that's how I feel. Like, let them lie.
Yeah.
Well, then it should be okay for everybody. Then I too should be able to lie about something.
Not I too.
Not
dolazoling. And this is the other thing is like they were so young and they were like in the gangs. You know what I mean? It's like there was like so much of rap was born out of gang activity. And so it's like it's hard. It's sad that like they then can't cut the cord because that's like and again, not just gangs, like also the mafia and also all these other kind of gangs, like not just like Black American gangs, but like so much of like organized crime is like you can never get out. And so it's sad that like they always are like kind of dragged back into like this kind of shit, even though they're like famous and singers and like in theory should be like rising above all of this. They like are always dragged back into it. Just like in The Sopranos, what's his name? Paulie Walnuts is always like, I try to leave and they just pull me back in. You know what I mean? Like he always says that, like, because he always wants to leave and he never can.
And like, there's a thing too where like Lil' Kim, when she's discovered by Biggie, she's 17 years old. Like she is a child.
A child.
She meets him on the street and then immediately is like, he's still a drug dealer too at this point. So her new best friend and boyfriend is a drug dealer and now they're rapping. And they have a rap crew called Junior Mafia, and they're all in a gang.
Getting famous. You know what I mean? Like,
and they're getting super famous. They're selling a bunch of albums. I mean, Bad Boy takes notice of them. So now they're also working with some of the bigger producers in the world. She's seeing a whole new lifestyle. Like, she's working with like fashion houses. Like, I mean, Marc Jacobs styled her for Core. Like, she was in custom Versace in 1999 at the Met Gala. Like, she's 19. She's a baby. And when she went to jail, I think she was like 22, 23.
Yeah, like we're way older than she was in her person. Yeah, like, which is crazy to think about.
Met Gala. I need her back at the Met Gala.
Right?
An episode of that show could be just her like fashion stuff. Like she was friends with Karl Lagerfeld. She did campaigns for Chanel. She did Viva Matte Glam. Like she did so much too for like female rap in terms of like not only like the owning of the sexuality, but like adding a high fashion element into like an urban side where like before that, like Salt and Pepper, love them, but they were shopping at Goodwill for those outfits.
Slam.
And Lil' Kim is coming out in like custom made outfits. And like so many rappers at the time, like look to that. We think about like Nicki Minaj at the Met Gala. You think about like Meg Thee Stallion as like a fashion icon. Like,
we think of them as being like these barrier breakers, and it actually was Lil' Kim, and we just forgot about it.
It's 17-year-old Kimberly Denise Jones is like dripped in Gabbana like crazy.
I definitely forgot.
We do forget.
Like, my moment of hers was not. A rapper, yes, but like Pacey at the VMAs, of course, like core memory, but I didn't think of her as like a fashion leader, like some of the other names we're mentioning. I don't know.
Yeah, which is sad. No, I feel like we really forgot. Like she's been forgotten. She's in that group of people that's like, oh, this person's actually like done so much. And we have so many of those people when we go to fix them that we like realize that that's what it's like. I feel like she is not given her credit for like how many like barriers she broke in doing this.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, you think about her Crush on You video where like, it's like all 4 different rooms are a different color. She's wearing all those different colored wigs, different outfits. And now every rapper comes out. I mean, Katy Perry's wearing blue wigs. I mean, but Lil' Kim is doing this 1996. And like, think about how many people have like drag queens recreating outfits of hers, people
100%.
doing like her looks from Crush on You as like a Halloween costume. Like, she's been like a cultural staple, but it's a thing where people don't know that it's actually her in the moment. They're like, oh, I'm doing like a Nicki Minaj doing this. It's like, no, Nicki Minaj took that idea from Kim.
Yeah. Which, when do we want to get there? Because when Nicki Minaj is like coming up and becoming extremely famous, similar to like they did this with Madonna and Lady Gaga. They've done this to like so many women. Notice never men, by the way. But it was kind of a thing of like Lil' Kim, like Nicki Minaj is kind of like taking over your role. Like, how do you feel? And Lil' Kim says it as like, oh, we were going to collaborate on a song and I was going to like pass the torch to her kind of a deal. Yeah. And then that never happened. And then Nicki Minaj wrote Stupid Ho, the song, which sadly I must say is a great song. Like it was a diss track, but it was really good. It came out and everyone was like, Lil' Kim, like, what do you think of this? What do you think? And Lil' Kim's like, I don't have any problem with her or really know her at all. So I don't know why she wrote this.
So the timeline of this kind of goes back a little bit even before Stupid Ho. Nicki Minaj is coming up in a time when Lil' Kim is still like post-jail-ish. Like Nicki Minaj is coming up 2005, 2006 in like the mixtape scene. That's when she gets noticed by Lil Wayne. She signs with Cash Money. The song that collab song that you were talking about, it's like this song by Birdman. It was called like Getting Money Every Day.
Sure.
Grind Never Sleeps. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, sure.
The song happens, but then it gets pulled. Like, they were going to do it. Lil' Kim records a verse, sends it to Birdman. Then they go ghost. No one speaks on her. No one speaks to her. Nothing of that happened. Then it comes out. Then Lil' Kim finds out from like a magpie in the sky or something that like they're planning on like launching Nicki Minaj, but like to kind of look like Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
So then there's like a little back and forth in interviews and things, and then it's nothing. The first diss track actually is Roman's Revenge. Roman's Revenge, Nicki drops that, and that was like with Eminem. And a lot of those are like digs at Kim. And even Kim at that point is like, okay, whatever. There's still some interview back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, like whatever.
Lil' Kim jumps on some rapper's mixtape who doesn't exist anymore, does a verse. Nicki doesn't like that. Nicki drops Stupid Ho. It is a banger of a song.
No, it's a banger. It's a banger. Even today. Even today.
Even today. And then Lil' Kim drops a song called like Black Friday, which is just admission of guilt, the song. Like if anything happened to Nicki Minaj, you could just look to that song. She like lays out what she wants to do to these people.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a legal team to be like, hey, remember that year you did? Don't do that again. And I mean, still to this day, kind of, Kim and Nicki have never made anything work.
No, but Nicki also has never made it work with anyone. You know what I mean?
True
like once
that.
it was, and that's the thing that like, it's kind of like if you look back, if you see where she is now and look back to that, it's like she immediately was like, I have to take down this person that they're all going to say that I'm the new version of.
Oh, 100%.
And then whenever Cardi B comes out and is kind of the new version of Nicki Minaj then has to be like, I need to have a beef with this girl because like you know what I mean? Like I like can't let her succeed, and so I have to like fight her at the Met Gala. And then funny enough, it's like Cardi B's like, I'm going to break the cycle of this. And like me and Megan Thee Stallion are going to like make a song that everyone fucking still to this day is obsessed with. You know what I mean? And like not do that because I'm not a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like she's like, I'm like a nice person and actually like want women to succeed.
It's funny because like we talking about like the Kim Nicki beef, but like Lil' Kim is known notably for her beef with like a few female rappers. Funny enough.
That's true.
Like her and Foxy Brown had the huge beef. That beef is the thing that led her to going to prison.
To go to prison, yeah.
She had a beef with Eve where like in Blow Your Mind, Eve like does a little they kind of have like a little back and forth. Like Lil' Kim also, I mean, in her song Black Friday, she has said, I've never been the one to have beef and try to settle it. So like, it's funny, like, people have also noticed that like Kim feuds with people as well. Kim has had a notable beef with Diddy for years. I mean, her and Misa Hilton, who was her stylist for a while, were best friends. Then they had a falling out. They came together. Her biggest beef was with Faith Evans because, you know, Faith Evans was married to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So like, I mean,
that's the bottle episode right there. Like that's the overlap with that threesome is what we
Yeah.
is what we need. Because like every time Kim speaks about him, she drops like a new
tidbit of information.
She's just been giving us breadcrumbs about this. Like, at one point she's like, oh, by the way, he called me 3 days before he died and told me he loved me. Oh, by the way, I was pregnant with his child and I terminated the pregnancy. Oh, by the way, he used to beat the shit out of me. Oh, by the way, other rappers have seen him pull a gun on me. And it's just like, every time I hear about Kim and Biggie's relationship, I only say, where was Faith Evans? It's always my question. Like, at what point did these waves start crashing into each other?
On Biggie's
Ryan Murphy's next love story.
Yeah,
Kim,
literally.
Biggie and Faith.
On Biggie's Born to Die album, he has this song called Another. And it's him and Lil' Kim. And like my little headcanon for it, there's like a spoken word thing where they're arguing in the beginning. And it's about like a man and a woman who are both in a relationship and actively cheating on each other. And I'm like, oh no, you guys were just putting it out in our face, like everything.
Yeah, like you actually just told us that this is what it was.
Yeah. And his wife, Faith Evans, is just sitting in the studio like, yeah, those two are really great business partners. I think they're very good friends.
Yeah. It's hard. But also she's like 17 and gets super famous. So she like is stuck at being probably 17. And so everyone that likes her, she then has to have a fight with them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's funny because she has a baby's father. She's dated multiple men. I believe she was married maybe, but like the only man you ever see her speak about is Biggie.
Yeah.
So it's like every man who's ever going to be with her, like has to live up to somebody who like, she had like a semi-secret relationship with that she was the other woman for. Like, and that kind of sucks too, because like she met Biggie so young. Like her frontal lobe wasn't fully developed and he died before her frontal lobe was fully developed. So she was like, this is my forever, me and Big.
Isn't that crazy though? It's like at a certain point, you have to like run out of actual memories. Like,
yeah,
they didn't know each other long enough for her to keep dropping all this shit. So like, let's put pen to paper and get it over with. I agree with you about I'm not trying to, that's not my fix, but like, she needs to set the record straight about that.
Yeah.
I think wars will start when she does, though, because I'm sure, recounting the events of what is now decades ago and like the competing versions of that all these years later, it's a mess waiting to happen. But, I like that sort of mess. Let's do it.
I mean, what else is there to really talk about? I mean, more currently, she's like, does music, but like she did have her commercial success, but I'm waiting for like a song for her to do a song that then gets on the like Billboard again. I feel that it's in her to do it.
Right.
If she tried, but I don't know if she wants to try. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think she wants to try either. I think it's funny too, because like, again, you talked about like her coming out at Cardi B's show and like, I saw that and like, she didn't even rap the full verse. She kind of like let the verse kind of fizzle out and then just hugged Cardi B and like left. And I feel like a lot of people have been like, bringing her out on stage as like a little novelty act of remember her. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe like go to rehearsal a couple days, sister. And then like, let's get something going.
She doesn't want to. She does. That's the thing. Does she want to work? And the answer is no. You know what I mean? I don't know if she does.
It's a tough one.
And it's like funny too, because like she is a great rapper and like her rap flow was a thing that like so many people have like emulated. Like the whole like Nicki doing multiple voices on one song. She got that from Kim because Biggie told Kim to do that because she has a very rough, rasp voice when she raps. And he was like, start adding in a thing when like you lighten up your voice a little bit when you rap. And then that's how we got songs like No Matter What They Say, which was like, again, huge hit, incredible video, banger song. But like, I kind of hate that like the thoughts about her are like capped at 2005.
Yes.
Like everything post that, you're like, who?
No, but this is the thing. She came into a time when she got out of prison, because she goes to prison in 2006. She comes out in 2007, right? Ish.
I think she
has to be.
No, I think she went to prison before the Bella Mafia. The Bella Mafia comes out 2004. So I think she went to jail because the shooting is in 2001. So she goes to jail, I think, 2002 to 2003.
No. In 2005, Lil' Kim served a 1-year prison sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so she's coming out. So if we take it in the context of this is why this never happened. She goes to prison in 2005. She comes out in like 2006-ish. And at that time, music is away from that. Like Missy Elliott's over, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like music is now going into this band culture, I feel. And I feel a lot of the rap starts to get very poppy and less like hard. And she's very hard rap, in my opinion, and like in a great way. But like her genre takes a dip. And so when she comes back, she doesn't know how to do all this like weird. And again, this is at the point where everything is dubstep for like 4 years, which I think there should be a documentary about how dubstep was a thing for 4 years for no reason, and everyone just listened to whoever told everyone that dubstep is the thing. So she's like, well, what do I do with this? All this like fucking loser ass bullshit. And then I kind of feel then the 2010s were shaky, and then that was when we kind of got the resurgence of like real pop icons like Katy Perry, Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? Like people like that are like doing the Britney Spears treatment again. And like the Madonna, you know what I mean? The Madonna effect of like, okay, I'm going to take over all of the internet with all of this. And like, she just had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And then again, that's when Nicki Minaj comes on the scene, and then she's like fighting with Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj is like the biggest thing in the world. So no one really cares. Like at the time that she comes back out and is like, it's time to do her resurgence, like no one cares. There's no platform for her to be on, basically.
And that's funny too, because I'm like thinking about that time frame, and I'm like, where did all the female rappers go? Like, where did they all disappear to? Did like Kim go to jail and everyone was like, all right, time to go on vacation? Because like, where was Eve? Where was Remy Ma?
Speaking of not wanting to work, Eve is like, I'm tired.
She got married. That was it.
Well, she was in that show. Remember, she was in that show that was like, it was called Harlem, and it was like about all of those 4 girls. And she, within the first season, is like, this is too much work. Just kill me off, please.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, no.
She also was. She left the Talk as well. Like, there's no easier job than being a panelist on the Talk.
And this was still a time when like she couldn't have social media to just like do all her shit on. And so I feel like she came out of jail and the doors were closed to her in every way.
Yeah. I mean, this was the time when like the radio was still kind of the way that you found out about music.
Right. 1 billion.
And if you're not on the radio, you're nowhere.
Yes, correct. Yeah, streaming doesn't exist yet, basically. So.
Do you think that she had a MySpace page while she was in jail?
Probably. I want
she definitely had one. Someone was maintaining it for her. There's absolutely no way
I want to find it. I just want to see what was on it.
Yeah, I really do too. What was her song? What was her MySpace song? Like, was it her own song?
What was the background? Like, who coded it for her, you know? Like, it was probably just a picture of her and Biggie in the back.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'll be missing you. So that's the song.
Like, oh, God.
Also, kind of one of the things that made her stand apart so much is that, like, her music, though her poppy songs sounded poppy, her rappy songs are
so rappy.
Very rappy, very different, very indicative of like New York rap. And I think that's also the reason why she felt indignant enough to like be an asshole. Like, because she was like, who else is here?
Yeah, no, for real though.
Well, she was the queen. That's why she assumed the title of Queen Bee quite early in her career, because she was for years the only person doing it.
Yeah. I mean, when you run unopposed, you win.
Yes, ma'am. Even when Lauryn Hill came around, you know, it's not, and no shade to either of these people. Are they both rappers? Sure. That's like saying Celine Dion and Iggy Azalea are both singers. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, sure, I should have picked someone other than Iggy. I said no shade, and then I brought Iggy Azalea into the chat, and I am wearing shame for that, and I apologize to Lil' Kim. Because Lil' Kim and Lauryn Hill are both pioneers and artistes. Like there's not, but they're very different, you know. So Lauryn Hill coming over never felt like, oh, there's a new bad bitch in town. Like it was never. Lil' Kim was still Lil' Kim when Lauryn Hill was around. Lil' Kim stopped having respect on her name when Nicki came around. Like that was when it started, when wars started, mostly by Nicki, because that's what she does. She loves that. It's always been a very, now that we look back, we're all wise about how, you know, it was very, shall we say, art of the deal. She was always starting fights. Like that's how she just went from fight to fight, and still does.
And also too, I think she's just like, I can just be nice and it makes people insane. You know what I mean? I think she liked being like, I like showing everyone that I'm just like a normal person at the end of the day, and not this like, you know. She sees how it's not going well for Nicki, and she's like, let me do the opposite thing and have everyone be up in an uproar about it.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it.
I think we're here, Christopher. I think we're at the arena.
I think we are too.
I just want to let you know, I've been very excited for this moment for years now.
to sit in judgment of us.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm there. I think it's not going to be what you're expecting. And all I'm going to say is Lil Kim playing the daughter of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj in an all-lesbian regional production of On Golden Pond is on the table. Not that they're lesbians, but the characters are
lesbians. Yeah, sure. No, we get it. We understand.
Christopher, the floor is yours.
Okay. Lil Kim. Little Kimberly Denise Jones. I have been trying to think of a better idea than what I said very early on in this episode, which is a documentary series about rap in the 90s. And it's hard for me to find something because she doesn't want to work, as we know. She can't even do a full verse. So I was like, new album where she like torches everyone, never going to do it. And I think it's because she feels the rejection. I feel that she feels like no one wants me. You know what I mean? I feel that she thinks like no one cares about me anymore. So we need to make them care. And I think if they did, and again, we've had like the Biggie documentary, we've had like we've had our things like when obviously all the Diddy stuff, like they're all talked about in all these Diddy documentaries. And we had like the Straight Outta Compton, you know what I mean? Like things have happened that are successful. So I do think this could be successful. I want there to be like a 90s, early 2000s documentary series about what rap was like in those late 90s with Biggie, with Lil Kim, them all kind of breaking the barriers, with Missy Elliott, and how rap has evolved since. And again, like talking about that, going from this like very for us, by us mentality of them making this music to it becoming extremely commercialized. And then like the end of it is basically like, here comes Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Like at the end of it, like you said, a Cymbalta commercial with starships. Literally never forget. And in that documentary, I feel like Lil Kim gets her due because we get to see like her being dressed in like all these, designers, her breaking through that very, very thin, very white fashion world that is like, doesn't want anyone that looks like Lil Kim. And meanwhile, she's then like dripping in designer. And she is she surpassed the video vixen title and is now this like HBIC in these videos where she's this like matriarch. Like giving the documentary treatment to that is, in my opinion, so watchable. And that gives her flowers without it just being a documentary about Lil Kim. Like if we have other people talking about it versus it being like her having to do it. And then I think with that and it being either on Netflix, something very premium, you know what I mean? And it being very premium, she then does want to do her memoir, which I think would be incredible. She then does want to do her, like, I want her walking, like at 2 years from this, I want her walking in like opening the Versace fashion show. I want her opening like or closing the Dolce & Gabbana fashion show. And it's like an archived look of hers that's now modern or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's there for her, but she needs to want it. And we need to be reminded that it happened. And I think I know that's like one of I've been pitching that a lot, but I really feel, even just in this conversation, I want that documentary because I want people that know more than the three of us do to tell me about that time. Know what I'm saying? And that's my pitch.
Kimberly Denise Jones. I'll tell you what, I started thinking about this idea the moment I saw you walking out at Cardi B's concert a few weeks ago, just after you revealed that it was you and you're wearing this, like, you just looked like just a combination of like, it was giving me Dolly Parton in Best Little Whorehouse. Like it was giving me Possible Way. And I'm just like, I want Kim to open up a venue that is dwindling in New York, not a supper club, but like a music venue, maybe twice the size of the Blue Note. You know what I mean? Like something where, because she's obviously, the ego doesn't lie with her the way that it does lie with other female rappers. Like she seems to be very live and let live when it comes to like someone trying to take her place or whatnot. So she could feature female rappers there. She could feature anything. I mean, anything really, just like a 500 seat intimate-ish. So well, I don't know if 500 is intimate, but let's say 300.
Sure.
Something like the Blue Note though, but like I just see her welcoming everyone with her tits out every night. Literally like just go to Kim's, call Lil Kim's, and just a music venue where she can occasionally perform. Obviously there'd be celebrities there, but it should be a real, I don't know, it should be a real place, even a place where like, you know, crews of musicians that like the one that she was on, like give them a place to play their music, but upscale, you know, like something, I don't know. I keep seeing the Blue Note. I'm going to keep using that. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry. It's just like a small jazz club here in New York. I think they're a chain anyway. I think people know what it is, but it's like that, and just call it Kim's. And I just want her running it, the face of it, the MC.
I like her being the madam,
the madam. Yeah,
thing. I do like that.
Yeah,
I do. I see it, Dominic.
Not unlike Cher as Tess in Burlesque. Like that's almost, by the way, the kind of theater that I think that I would want her to run. Like the size and the scope, absolutely that.
Wagon Wheel Watusi.
And that's my pitch. Kim's Club. Lil Kim's. Lil's Kim. Lil Kim's.
Lil's Kim.
Lil's Kim's.
It's like Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris.
Lil Kim.
Lil's Kim. Dominic, beautiful pitch, may I say. I really like it.
Thank you. Something practical in her third act.
Okay, so before I dole out judgment.
Bum,
bum, bum.
Well, no. I really like both of your pitches, right? I'm going to poke a hole in both of them, and then I'm going to make a decision.
Okay.
Poke away.
For Chris's, I think the issue is when you think about like rap and things like that in the 90s, if we want to get a lot of those rappers, a lot of them are dead now. So like
true.
So like, you know, like the things that people want to know the most about are from the people who were murdered when they were 22. So it's like we're still gonna have like a lot of, you know, up in the air conjecture. And then for Dominic's, like for Lil's Kim,
Lil's Kim?
Yeah, for Lil's Kim, the issue is Lil Kim has never been good at hiring people around her to maintain or uphold anything. So I feel like that place will require a lot of staff that I don't think she has the ability to do. That being said, I do think that a music venue that like brings on younger talent and like setting yourself up as the maven of younger rap talent currently would go so much further, especially when we have the crazy lady from Queens in her castle in LA, like ambient tweeting all night at anyone who like drops a mixtape. Like you get to be like, oh, I get to go Lil's Kim. And it could be like in like somewhere fun in Brooklyn, and like you get to have a night. Yeah, you get to go to Lil's Kim and make some music. So Lil's with that, Kim. I'm gonna give Dominic the win.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give Dominic the win.
Surprise.
And it was also because like I fully came on with like my own idea, and Dominic's is like 10 times better than mine. So
do you care to share it, or are you ashamed?
No, I'm so ashamed that I'm so happy to share it. I have no shame receptors. My idea was Lil Kim and Faith Evans create a First Wives Club podcast about celebrity cheating scandals, and they start with theirs, and they go on with like notable side chicks from Hollywood.
I mean, don't hate it.
I don't despise that at all.
And you come on and like you unravel the story, and like a guest would be so willing to talk to them because like who's a more famous side chick?
Sure. I love that idea. No, but here's the thing. Like, you know how everyone does their like boiler room DJ set now and you see it? Like Lil's Kim could be that, but better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's Lil's Kim, Dominic. It's Lil's Kim. PS, Photoshoppers, Lil's Kim. Go have at it, please. But like
I don't even know why that came up, because I was like, is it Lil's Kim or Lil Kim? It's like mothers-in-law or mother-in-laws?
No, you just like tripped over your words. It's just a mistake. But it was, but now it's not. Lil's Kim. But like that could be a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this person, because there are no venues anymore for like up and coming people. And that
not
to
like
have
that,
it be headlined by someone who's still in like somewhat an A-list celebrity, or at least was for a time, like it's not like sad for her.
Yeah.
Whereas like other people doing this, it would be sad for them. I feel it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And then she also gets to siphon a little bit of youth from each new artist who comes in.
And steal their essence.
Steal a little bit of the essence, not
and
the
put
full.
It in her face.
Exactly.
Withdrawing
put it in the face
cells.
and the hips.
Right.
Yeah, stem cells. Yes.
We'll take
just like
cells.
a little bit of collagen for everyone who leaves. That's the tax.
And you know what else also lends to my, like, as far as Lil' Kim being like a nightlife impresario, she's her own creation now. Like she's
science experiment.
She's Amanda Lepore. You know what I mean?
She's the
like
Black Amanda Lepore, yeah.
She should just be showing up places and dazzling people. Like she is her own creation.
And also she can perform the hits some nights. Like she can open for these people, right?
Oh,
like,
sure.
How hyped would you be to go listen to somebody you've never heard before, but like 10 minutes before that person goes on, how many licks will be on, and like, Chubby Cisco can come on stage and do a backflip.
Not Chubby
like sign
Cisco.
me up.
No, but for real, no, it is fun. She should do this.
Kim, we know you're listening. Get on this, sister.
I love Lady Marmalade. What my favorite thing was like when each of the four singers, when there's a ramp up to their section, they're like, ooh,
yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because the other one, because it's like a bridge portion where they're like, it's like a roll call.
They say everyone's name.
Yeah.
Christina, and she's like, hey, and then it's like Maya, and Maya's like, she like doesn't do anything.
What was she doing there?
And then it's like,
and
Pink,
they gave her first position.
Yeah, and it's like Pink, and she's like, lady, and then yeah, you're right. It's Lil' Kim is like, I
still hold a controversial take that I think Maya did better on Lady Marmalade than Pink, but whatever.
Slam.
I hold a controversial take.
That is
Slam.
controversial.
I think she opened the show correctly. I think she looked great. The thing I love about Maya is that she stays in her lane. She's not trying to hit notes she can't hit.
Correct.
She's going to do a little tap dance, maybe a little burlesque. You want to see some baton twirling?
You want to see a kickball change?
Yeah.
Period. And
also, like, Kim even being in that song, even putting rap in a mainstream song like that for a woman was still not. Like, rap collabs this is 25 years ago. Rap collabs were not.
Yeah, they weren't
the norm then.
Well,
and
also,
and so putting it to a woman doing it was pretty groundbreaking.
And that was like, then afterwards, every song had a rapper on it to do a rap section. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like, it really opened the door a lot for like, wow.
There's like two people.
Song.
Two people really opened that door. It was like Mariah Carey and Lil' Kim were the two that were like, oh, I'm going to rap on, where's it going to be rap on pop music? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Lil' Kim. I just will always say it. I'll always say it. Lil' Kim.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, this has been an absolute whirlwind.
I know. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Josh, thank you for
coming on, finally.
I feel like that meme of Sheena Shea where it's all happening.
Yeah.
That's just how I've been feeling all day.
Yep.
Tell everyone where they can find you and where they can find your podcast.
Yeah, you can find me at Whole Foods. You can find me just kind of around town. No, you can find me at my Instagram if you want to just see just my machinations, loose stream of consciousness posting. Just Josh_on film. If you want to find my podcast, it's ISoBoom_pod. That's AIGHTSOBOOM_pod. And every Thursday, we post that episode anywhere between 9 a.m. and noon. It depends on when I click upload.
Sure.
And if you want to listen just to two people kind of shoot the shit about everything happening during the week, come on over.
Thank you for being with us. Dominic, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram and YouTube at Dominick Pupa. I'm on TikTok at Domentary, and my website's domentary.com. Please follow me on YouTube. I joined it 20 years later than I was supposed to, and I'm trying to make up for lost time. I think also follow me on Vine, I suppose. Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. I wish you both well, and as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.